guys, welcome to this week's Survivor Game Changers chat.
What have you done to us? 2 hours of Survivor?
It's supersized. It's episodes 8 and 9.
All right, well, let's talk about 8 first.
I want to talk about 9 first.
Last time Jeff Varner lost his freaking mind.
He lost his damn mind. I still can't wrap my head around it.
He totally outed Zeke as trans, and everybody was like, just get out.
Everybody was outraged.
Just get out.
Yeah. All right, let's just leave that where it is. We talked about it last time.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
What? They show up and there's a whole banquet of food waiting. And they're like, that kind of looks like a merge feast, and I am drooling.
Well, didn't one tribe show up with all their stuff? Like, I'm sure.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Survivor was like, get all your shit. We're about to merge. You're going to the other camp. So, like, they knew it was coming. Okay. But they saw the feast and they were like, yeah, let's get some. All right.
But first, one person from each tribe has to volunteer not to eat the food. Or else.
That sucks.
Everyone can partake if they want one Ritz cracker with some freaking cheese slice on it and a swig of iced tea with backwash.
And 2 swigs of backwash.
Yeah.
You know what? At least they gave them a slice of cheese and it wasn't like some cheese whiz.
Yeah. Some people really like that, though.
Yeah, but, you know, that melts very easily.
All right, well, right away, freaking Brad Culpepper, even though he's 1 pound away from starving,
he's
says...
looking very thin.
I volunteered, Jeff.
Because he's trying to be like Monica. What would Monica do?
And Ty, because Ty is a freaking beast.
Ty.
Ty's used to living on some soy sauce and 5 grains of rice a day. He can handle it. He's so strong.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
All right. Well, because the both of them volunteered, it's time to merge. It's time to merge. So everybody else is like, whoa!
Yeah. And Brad and Ty go off and strategize. While
it's time to catch up. Yeah, why not? Wouldn't you?
All right, Debbie got into the Grey Goose.
Grey Goose got your girl feeling loose. Not really.
She said she didn't drink a drop. I don't believe her.
I believe her. I don't see why anyone would. Not only is that a risk for your game, but also, like, you're like this far away from being dehydrated. You really want to drink alcohol? You've eaten this much food in your past few weeks. You're gonna crap your brains out.
When you're that desperate for some sort of comfort, you don't care and you're not thinking straight at the time. I don't find
alcohol comfortable.
Some people do.
Okay.
Debbie and Brad make up. Good for them.
Yeah. I mean, come on. They're not gonna keep hating each other.
Remember how crazy Debbie was? You don't put a gymnast on the balance beam?
No, I was thinking, you broke my heart!
That was so
But anyway,
good.
you know, even if they're not actually okay with each other, they're going to pretend they are. Come on.
All right, well, when they get back to camp, Zeke tells everyone the story of the last tribal council.
He has to. They want to know what happened with Varner. You know, it's going to get out anyway, and I thought he did a really good job of telling everybody what happened. And everybody was really accepting and awesome about it. Again.
So far.
I know everyone loves Zeke for right now.
Yeah.
We just wait, like, I don't know.
5 minutes?
30 minutes? 40 minutes? We'll see.
All right, so I hope that doesn't take this long.
No, I mean on the show. Damn!
So Brad and his boys alliance, they're all like, let's get rid of Michaela. We don't trust her.
Well, also, it seems like they're trying to go for the outsiders here.
Right.
You know, everybody's like freaking bracing themselves for this big war that's going to happen. So they're like, let's just take out somebody who's not really on either side. We'll just get rid of him.
Right.
And it'll be all good. We won't have to, like, stir up all this shit yet.
Well, FYI, the new tribe name is Maku Maku.
I love it.
And I don't know what the significance is.
I don't know, but I like it. It's fun to say.
So, Haley tells Michaela, I've heard your name getting dropped.
I thought this was interesting because Haley was one of the other people they were considering. They figure Haley and Michaela are the two on the bottom. So I thought that was interesting that Haley still dropped that to Michaela and didn't just, like, go along with it.
Well, Cerie's looking for somebody to mentor. She needs some votes on her ass.
I'm obsessed with this new Cirie Michaela
I love it.
pairing. I love it.
So Cirie is giving some advice to Michaela. She's like, calm your ass down.
Yeah, talk less, smile more.
Don't let them know who you're going to vote for.
Yeah, so she was like, you know what? I know you have a tendency to blow up. You need to calm the frig down. Yeah. So she's like, you just listen to me and we'll be all good. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Well, it's time for the immunity challenge and it's an endurance.
Woo! It's the first individual one of the season.
This one was brutal. You're in a little go-go dancer cage and you're on your toes with a freaking block on your head up against the ceiling. That is brutal. In the first 3 seconds, Haley, Zeke, and Troyzan were out.
Yeah. You know what makes it really hard? You can't, like, touch the frame.
Right.
So you just gotta be like... This is like in my freaking dance classes when we do warm-ups and we go up on releve for, like, a minute or two straight and just hold it.
Brutal. Brutal. Well, the final 3 were Ty, Sierra, and Andrea. Mm-hmm. And then finally, Ty and Andrea. And Andrea won.
She did. Good for you, Andrea.
I'm not surprised that the 2 of them were in the final 2 because this was definitely geared toward a smaller person, I think.
Well, it was also a balance thing.
Right, that too. And Ty is so good at that.
Yes, he is.
So, Sierra tells Cirie, follow along here, that it's 4 to vote out Haley, and everyone else is going to vote out Michaela.
Sierra is in this crazy power position right now. Mm-hmm. She is calling the shots, and she has decided that she wants Michaela out. But she wants to split this vote just in case Haley has an idol. This is where I got a little bit confused, though.
Well, Cirie...
Well, wait, because, like, why would they give less votes to Haley? Were they just trying to make her, like, freak out and use her idol?
Possibly.
I didn't really get that.
Or they were just splitting the votes to, you know, not everybody, the lines aren't split down the middle of the tribe because only the people that they know of who are in their voting block are voting and then there's more votes.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll just trust and believe.
Trust. All right, so Cirie and Zeke are like, we're going to keep Michaela.
Cirie is setting up this really great bond with Michaela, and she doesn't want to just throw that away.
And
also,
it's a vote to keep, it's a vote for Cirie.
Yes, they don't want to get rid of Michaela, who could potentially work with them, and then have Haley go to the other side.
Right.
So they're like, shit, we got to keep Michaela.
Well, at Tribal Council, Jeff wants to know what's happening. And he's like, this is a big group.
Yeah, it is. There's 13 people on one tribe.
There's little conversations in every corner of that island, Jeff. It's a bitch trying to keep up with this, let me tell you.
This was even a little bit confusing to keep track of all the alliances going on here.
Especially with Cirie and Sierra. And Sarah.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh my God.
I wasn't talking about that. Just like, I know there's supposed to be like 2 sides forming, but it was like hard to remember who's on what side at this point, and then people are like flip-flopping already. It was a lot.
All right, well, the lines are drawn.
Supposedly.
Anybody got idols?
Yeah, so then,
Haley said, I don't have an idol.
Ty's sitting on 2.
Yeah. I don't have an idol. I'll get naked right now. I'll dump out my bag, and you can look through my stuff. But you gotta ask me to do it.
I was waiting for someone to be like, do it, you won't.
Yeah.
But nobody did.
No.
Nobody did.
And Haley was voted out in the vote.
Damn.
Savage.
Yeah.
Even though Cirie voted to keep Haley.
Right.
She still got voted out.
Yeah. She played it just right. So the numbers were still there to keep Michaela.
To not arouse suspicion.
Right. She didn't want anyone to know that she was involved in that.
Yeah.
So good job, Cirie. Ooh, and it's worth mentioning, that was Cirie's first tribal of the season.
Yeah, she had to go get her torch.
That's crazy.
And this was episode 8. Wow. Now we're going to talk about episode 9.
Okay.
Cirie tells Michaela, keep this on the down low.
I don't need this getting out to everybody.
Yeah.
And then my name is in the mix. So Michaela's like, yes, I am cool with that. You did me a huge solid. I don't want to mess up your game.
All right. Well,
I love this.
Yeah. Andrea wants to take over and get rid of Brad Culpepper or Sierra.
Brad and Sierra are running things on the other side of the island here.
People aren't liking that so much.
So they're like, we need to cut them down a peg or two.
And Zeke is not with Andrea anymore?
What?
He flipped?
Yeah, Zeke is like, you know what? I don't feel threatened by Brad and Sierra, so I want to take out my own crew.
Yeah, Zeke has a real thing going on with Brad on the other side.
Yeah, he does seem to have a bond with him. Also, he mentioned Cerie's name, so he was like Cerie or Andrea, and I was like, no!
Yeah.
So this is where everybody starts forgetting about how much they loved Zeke last week.
Yep. All right, well, it's reward time. This was a bitch of a challenge.
It was.
You have to get a net of fish from the water, use it to solve a puzzle, but to get it to the puzzle thing, you have to untie the fish from the net, put it on this pole.
You got 2 fish on each hook. And these are some heavy-ass fish.
Yeah, they're like solid wood. And you got to bring it over and solve the puzzle. It's like 2 cans of sardines.
Basically, yeah. So the tribe was split up into 2 teams.
Right.
And they did a schoolyard pick, which is so much fun.
But the prize was a day of luxury.
Ooh.
Spa day with burgers and pies.
And
You see what they did there? Burgers and pies.
Yep. Very clever.
Apple
and
pies.
showers.
That's what the men folk like.
And showers.
Apple pies. All right. Ty and Andrea freaking blew it.
Yeah.
When it was time to put the fish on the hooks.
They were in charge of the hooker station.
They were missing one of the fish.
That sucks. They ran all the way with it, and then they were like, hey, you forgot a fish. And I freaking noticed that before they said it, and I was like,
They had to go back and get it. They had to drag that pole back, and that is heavy.
That
and
was
hot.
a huge waste of time.
It was.
And energy.
All right, so everybody was solving the puzzle at the same time. But
Sierra and Cerie had a huge lead here working on that puzzle.
They did.
But they just could not get it.
But Zeke and Debbie had a huge come from behind win.
Mm-hmm.
And they won the challenge. So that was Ty, Andrea, Ozzy, Troyzan, and Zeke and Debbie. They got to go to the spa.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right, well, Cerie was really bummed out. She was like thinking about her
kids.
her real life when she has to provide for 4 kids. I didn't realize she had 4 kids.
I didn't either.
That's crazy. And she felt like here her family, like her tribe,
she couldn't
needed food.
Provide for them.
Yeah, that
for
was
3
really
days.
sad.
Yeah.
That made me really sad.
All right. Well,
let's talk about the reward.
This is like the first time that I can remember that something was sponsored on Survivor by a sponsor.
I know. At first I was like, wait, Marshall's Spa?
Who's Marshall?
What? Is Marshall like a local? No.
No, Marshall's the store, the chain.
They must have had sponsors before. I don't know.
I don't remember any, but
this was kind of fun though. They're talking about the beautiful towels and
yes,
everything.
they did have. They had like when they had the cell phones and everything.
Yeah, they've definitely had sponsors before.
Okay. But it was different.
You could tell they were really plugging those soaps and
smell this,
and that
smell
robe.
this, smell this.
But I was like having a lot of fun watching them smell things again that smelled nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you can't even imagine how bad they must stink. Well, Ty didn't appreciate the robe so much because all he wanted to do was run around naked with his wiener hanging out.
I heard that streaking was popular in the 80s. Oh my god! Ty is so funny. You could tell a difference immediately after they showered. I was like, wow, they look really
fluffy,
different. Yeah. It was crazy.
Right. Well, Ty, Zeke, and Debbie, they're making a little plan to get out Andrea.
Oh, damn. They were all supposed to be working together.
Not anymore.
Woo!
All right. Well, it's immunity time, and it's the old hug-a-pole endurance competition.
Oh, I love watching this one, but I would never want to do it.
Cerie was off first. She just slid right down after a few seconds. This was tough AF.
Even if I didn't want to win this one, I would want to win this one because I wouldn't want to fall down.
Yeah.
Can you imagine sliding down that thing? The risk of splinters. Or if you don't slide down and you just like freaking fall back, you could break your back.
Yeah.
It's a long drop.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thought this was going to be very quick, but a lot of people fell off in the beginning, but it went pretty long. Mm-hmm. After 20 minutes, it was Michaela, Andrea, Ozzy, and Ty. And then after 40 minutes, it was Andrea, Ty, and Ozzy. Andrea felt really
She did.
far
I was really nervous at first because they were like, are you okay? And I thought she was going to stand up and like you would see bones sticking out of her leg or something.
I'm fine, Jeff.
I'm okay. I just need the medic. But she was okay, so that's good.
Ozzy did this challenge 2 times and won 2 times. He was 2 for 2.
And he was feeling the confidence here, or at least trying to show that. He's like, I'm going to beat my record.
They both looked very comfortable, Ty and Ozzy. They were the final 2, and they looked like they were in the zone. But after an hour and 35 minutes, Ozzy just could not hang on any longer. I don't think Ty probably would have lasted much longer anyway if Ozzy hadn't gotten down.
Yeah, but Ozzy...
They were both struggling.
Ozzy was donezo. He fell to the ground, and Ty was just like, what up?
Ty was like, you're bleeding. Let me rub some sand in it.
Let me touch it. No!
Let me get on top of you and, like, you know, so you can't breathe.
Oh, my gosh.
That was hilarious.
Anyway, so Ty won immunity, and Ozzy was hashtag dethroned. Oh, Ozzy.
All right, well, Zeke wants Andrea gone. When they get back to camp...
He is still trying to put this plan in motion. So he's telling Sierra about it. And Sierra's just like, wait a second. I thought you were working with Andrea. So then Sierra goes and tells Sari about it.
And then Sari tells Andrea, and she's like, he's dead meat.
Oh my God. So they're like, you know what? We can't work with that.
No.
We cannot build trust with him. So, like, we're going to get rid of him.
Let's vote him out and tell him that we're voting out Aubrey. Yeah.
All right. So
Debbie's like, I don't want any of those people out.
I'm going to do what I want.
Let's get Ozzy out. No one will ever suspect it. And I have my extra vote.
So she just freaking runs around and like whispers to people on the go. She's like, we're getting rid of Ozzy. Just do it.
All right. So it's tribal.
Officer Sarah was like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Jeff wants to know what's up with this season? And everybody's saying it's a real cutthroat season. They weren't expecting it to be this hard this time around.
It is pretty wild.
I mean, once you've been there and you know what to expect, you would think that it gets easier, but this one is even harder.
Well, not just the gameplay. They're also having a hard time finding food.
Yeah.
And a lot of their food comes from Ozzy's fishing.
Yeah.
So Ozzy's like, yeah, you know, keep me around because we still got like 15 days left and you don't want to be foodless for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that would really suck. All right, so they have the vote and Andrea is savage AF. She's like, see you never, Zeke.
Oh!
When she puts her vote in.
Just a few days ago, she was freaking crying for Zeke.
I know. Oh, I love
him.
It's
It's crazy.
All right. So
I'm sure it was like a heat of the moment thing.
I'm sure. After the vote, Jeff is like, I'm going to go count the votes now. And Debbie's like, no, you're not, Jeff. I've got an extra vote. I've got something here in my bag for you.
I had to suffer on exile.
And give up my
basic
necessities
to get this advantage.
Way to lay it on thick, Debbie.
Oh, Debbie. So she does her extra vote. She's sealing the deal.
There was a bunch of, like, hinky votes.
There were some random votes in there.
And it came down to Ozzy versus Zeke, and it was Debbie's extra vote that put Ozzy over the top, and he was voted out. It killed him.
Yeah, I didn't want to see either of them go.
No.
So, like, it was kind of a lose-lose, but...
Yeah. Lost a lot of strong players so far.
Yeah, I gotta say, though, compared to the last few weeks, these 2 episodes were a lot tamer. Mm-hmm. Even though it was like a double, it was a lot tamer.
Right.
But this is definitely the build-up to this huge war that's about to go down.
Right.
So that's going to be exciting.
Next time, the lines are drawn in concrete. Guess what? Concrete can be busted up. Right, Officer Sarah?
She's playing like a criminal. Oh, man.
This was a lot, we know. But if you got anything to say, leave it in the comments.
I'm sure you do.
And until next time,
much love.